right, 7th grade. This is the second part of the lesson 4 video. I saw it was getting long, and I didn't want to keep like drooling on the same long video. So hopefully you got yourself a little break. You rewatched anything you needed to watch from the first part, and now the second part's only like 2 slides. Yeah, 2 slides, and then we're done. So this is rational numbers part 2, and we need to talk about changing decimals to percents. So I know this is long. I'm going to make it as fast as I can make it. And just so you know, Mr. Shuck was the one calling me on the phone while I was trying to record. So I called him back to find out what was up. No big deal. All right, so changing decimals to percents and percents to decimals. You should be very familiar with the idea of D2P. D2P, if I were you, I would just write D2P on my paper, and I would use it to help me change decimals and percents. If you are starting off as a decimal, you grab your decimal point and you drag it 2 places to the right. Okay, that's what the 2 stands for. 2 stands for how many places we move the decimal. If we're starting off as a percent, now we grab our decimal and we move it 2 places to the left. Okay, so that's how this is very helpful to us. So let's take a look. We're going to start off with our first example. Our first example is 15%. So we're starting off as a percent. We're going to change it to a decimal. So we're going to move our decimal 2 places to the left. So the whole number 15, I'm going to drop the percent sign. The decimal in a whole number is at the end. So I'm going to move it 2 places to the left. Bump, bump. There it goes. And now my final answer is 0.15, which of course is read as 15 hundredths. My next example, change 4 5/10 to a percent. So this time I'm starting off as a decimal, moving to a percent. I move my decimal 2 places to the right. Grab my decimal, move it 2 places to the right. And if I have an empty spot like that, I have to add a 0. So my final answer for this guy is 450%. Pretty easy, right? I know. So last but not least, if we want to put this list of numbers in ascending order, remember ascending means least to greatest, first thing we're going to do is get all the numbers into the same form. And my recommendation is decimal form when you've got a mixed list like this. So 55% is 55 hundredths. 5 5/10 is already a decimal. 15 hundredths is already a decimal. Oops, I almost missed the 1 there. 1/5, if I do that division, I'm going to get 2 tenths. And 0 is already in decimal form. So my smallest number up there is going to be 0 because it's 0 and all of the other numbers are positive. The next number, if I follow my rules of adding zeros, right, the next number is going to be 15 hundredths. The next number is 20 hundredths, which I'm going to put back in its original form, which is 1/5. The next number is 55 hundredths, which goes back to its original form of 55%. And the largest number up there is 5 5/10. So that's how we would do a problem like this. Okay, so change them all to decimals, organize them from least to greatest, and then don't forget to put them back in the original form. All right, go ahead and finish your practice problems and submit them to check them out, and we will talk more about this tomorrow in class.